Alright, what's going on, guys? So today I'm pretty much going to be explaining how I keep track of both Cycle and Elixir. If you guys didn't know, like, the majority of people actually don't count Cycle, including me. Like, I don't really count Cycle. I just kind of have a relative idea of what's in Cycle, and I'll try and get into that into depth, like, when we get into these games more. But anyway, we're going to be, looks like we're up against a Mortar player, probably. So... Alright, he's going to play the Valkyrie in front of that, so we're just going to have to respond here with an Ice Wiz. Probably around even on Elixir right now. The reason I know that is because he played, 5 Elixir, and then he popped the ability, and then he also went Valk. So, even though he killed, like, my troop at the bridge, he still spent 10 Elixir, so yeah, we pretty much counted that with, 6 Elixir. He's going to go Mortar, we'll just go Skellies in the middle. We're both about to hit 10, so I'm just going to go ahead and be patient here. I'm actually going to go for an Expo in the other lane, just to maybe catch him off guard. The reason I did that is because I thought he might go Valkyrie in front of the Mortar, but he ended up not. We get a decent log here on the Queen. He does pop the ability, though. So, yeah, we're definitely, like, fine. We're not going to be punished at all. I'm going to go for a Knight last second here, even though... is that Mortar going to shoot? No. So, not a great Knight by me, but we are up a decent bit of Elixir. So, he's going to go probably Valkyrie on top of this, or Goblins. Yeah, Goblins, okay, that's fine. So, I'd say we're around even. The reason, it's hard to, like, tell you guys how exactly I count Elixir, but, you kind of just have a relative idea off the way they're playing, if that makes sense. So, I'm going to go in with an Expo here, since we know he's going to probably go Valk at the bridge. He's going to go with a Miner as well. Just going to log everything off, because, yeah, I think this could actually... No, okay, he's going to go with the Queen at the bridge, so that's fine. It's really good to get the Queen out of Cycle as well. We're just going to go Tesla up high. We know he's not back to anything like to block it. So time to just go for an Ice Wiz on the side to counter the rest right here. And yeah, he's probably up like 2 or 3 Elixir right now, since I did spend a lot of Elixir on that defense. But like nothing to worry about. I'm still going to go in with an Expo here. It's really good to keep pressure on against Mortar decks especially. He goes for a Valk. Oh, I should have just... Yeah, I played the NATO one tile too close. He goes for a Queen at the bridge, so yeah. He's definitely going to try and punish me for that NATO. Definitely a really bad NATO by me. Yeah, he's going to take the poison value, which is fine. So we're probably down about, what? Couple hundred, not even 100 damage, and pretty even on Elixir, since he did go super aggressive right there. So we're going to go Ice Wiz in the back here. He's not back to Queen yet, so we're going to go Knight. Ooh, he goes for a Mortar. Interesting. I'm actually going to just take the Rocket on tower. He pretty much just played 4 Elixir for nothing. He's also going to take the Poison, so I'm going to go for a Defensive Expo. The reason I'm doing this is because he just played his only spell to kill it, and if I just play this here, it's going to get, like, infinite value, because he's going to have to go Valkyrie in front of this, yeah. And then we can just take the log here, get, like, all this value. Go for Skellies. Okay, he does not end up going for a Miner on tower, so we go Ice Wiz to the side. Both of us are very low on Elixir right now, so I would be surprised if he, like... continues to spam like he is. He's gonna go Miner on 0, yeah. I guess he is trying to play super aggressively. This Tesla at the bridge is gonna help me control. Miner gets a lot of chip damage though. We're up like 1 or 2, so I'm probably just gonna go ahead and cycle my log. Oh, nice, we catch the Valkyrie, that's really good timing. Gonna do everything I can to protect this, and he's playing a lot of Elixir here on top of, like, just in front of the Mortar, which is kind of crazy. He's also gonna go for a Miner, so yeah, we're definitely up Elixir here. I'm thinking about just taking the Rocket on tower, but I think I'm going to go for the prediction, or not prediction, just like preemptive Tesla at the bridge. We catch a Valkyrie, he's going to go Queen. Yeah, there it is. So we're pretty much predicting his whole life right now. So going to go Ice Wiz to the side for the Mortar. He does not end up playing it. Okay, he does. So we're going to go ahead and wait a second, go for a Tesla here, and then log as well. Also going to cycle Skellies. I think I have to get back to another log to kill this Mortar. Going to NATO everything off. Go for a Miner, or Knight on top of his Miner, and then log. Yeah, really good defense right here. Once triple Elixir hits, you kind of don't even really need to worry about Elixir. You kind of just have to defend with your entire life and do the best you can. So right now we're 20 seconds left. Just going to go Knight again. We do catch the Miner, so we're going to go for log. 20 seconds left. I know that pretty much both of us are playing on 0 the entire time, so just going to go for a Rocket. Okay, hold on. Gonna go for prediction Knight in the front here. Nice, we catch the Miner. That should be GG's. Even if he poisons, log and NATO should be enough. Yeah, so really good game right there. But yeah, 2 seconds left. That should be a good game. Yeah, GG's. So that was a pretty solid win right there. We did a good job of keeping track of, like, what was in cycle for him. Also a really good job of picking up the Miners and, like, making sure we didn't get down too much Elixir. So yeah, we'll take that first win there, and hopefully I can explain to you guys a little bit more about what I'm doing in these next few matches. All right, found the next match against Mestri Gracie. Yeah, that's a pretty interesting name. So just going to go ahead and wait for him to make a play. He goes for a snowball, so it could be a lot of different things. Obviously, in single Elixir, ooh, he plays arrows. Okay, so I'm guessing it's like a giant graveyard deck. Against giant graveyard, it's really, really important that you make sure you count their cycle. So he's going to go Dark Prince in the back. We'll just match that with an Ice Wiz. It's also very important that you win the bridge battles and, like, don't overcommit in single. So he's going to go for a Queen. I'm actually going to Tesla that, like, immediately, and then just go Skellies here as well. Oh, wait a minute. He played a really bad Giant right there, so honestly, I think the play is probably just to drop an Expo at 10. He's only, he's, like, really, really low right now. I think he's on maybe 1 or 2 Elixir. Even if he has enough for a Skeleton Army, I'm just going to be able to log it. We get that lock on right away. And, oh yeah, he goes Scar Me. That's GG's. So just like that, one little mistake from him, and we pretty much literally win the game. I'm going to be really patient here and see what he wants to do. Yeah, so he arrows. If he goes Snowball, we're pretty much going to spam the other lane with everything we have. Okay, he's on 0 Elixir right now. I'm going to go Ice Wiz at the bridge along with this Knight and Skellies. And there's absolutely 0 chance he gets a Dark Prince down in time. So, I mean, that's pretty much going to be tower, right? Yeah, it's going to be the entire tower. He's just probably going to give up now. Like, literally little things like that. Knowing you're up like 6, 7, 8 Elixir in single is literally like, I feel kind of bad for this guy. There's nothing he could do right there. But he did make that mistake in single. So yeah, just like being aware of your situation is very, very important. So we're just going to go Expo. And yeah, I think he gave up. So we're probably just going to cut to the next game. But yeah, really, really easy win right there. All right, in the next match against Lay Rat, I'm probably going to do one more game live and then just show 2 replays so I can explain like what I'm doing a little bit better. But anyways, he's playing a drill deck, so I'm just going to go Knight early. We get a nice 3-for-4 trade right there. And okay, so his drill's 4 cards out of the cycle. That's good to know. We can just go ahead and probably drop an Ice Wiz in the back. Skeleton King, alright, that's fine. I'm probably going to go with a Tesla at the bridge here. Yeah, this is going to be... Okay, he's going to actually go with a Fireball. So pretty aggressive by him. I'm going to go for an Expo on 0. Oh, what the... Okay, that was actually a terrible Expo by me. The reason I did that is because I thought the Tesla was going to survive. It just got absolutely wrecked. But anyway, we're not even down Elixir. Like, we're completely fine. So, yeah, we're just going to be... Alright, he's going to go for Wall Breakers. Alright, he went for the pre-log too. So, good patience by me there just to make sure that we don't play our Skellies and get caught off guard. But yeah, now we're probably up 1 or 2 Elixir since he did go for, what was that, a 4-for-3 trade. So, let's see here. We might actually both be like right at 10. So if he goes for another drill, we can just Knight. Even if he doesn't, I'm just going to cycle my Knight in the back here. So yeah, it looks like we were up 1 Elixir. He's going to go for a drill now. I can just go with my skeletons on top. So yeah, drill's 4 cards out of cycle again. Got to keep that in mind. Going to go Ice Wiz in the back. If he fireballs this, okay, we're going to go in really aggressively here. We know that he has Skeleton King and Inferno to defend this, but... Oh, we got to log this Scar Me on 0, but I know he's like pretty decently low on Elixir right now. I say he's around 2 or 3, so we're going to go Skellies just to make sure that my Expo can take out these skeletons and not get beat by him. He's going to go for a Dart God, but that's too aggressive from him. He's probably going to go for a 0 Elixir log, and if he does, okay, look at that. We're up 5 Elixir right now. Very important to know. Not going to go in with another Expo, though, because it's just going to get fireballed and defended pretty easily. So he's going to actually go for a drill. I'm going to go Wall Breakers, or not Wall Breakers, Ice Wiz at the bridge to predict the Wall Breakers, excuse me. So yeah, pretty good right there. He does get a little bit of damage, but now I can just set up a defensive Expo. The reason I'm doing this is because I know I'm pretty much even on Elixir, and if we just get a defensive Expo set up early, then it's going to get like a ton of value. Going to go with the Tesla in the middle here. Knight on top of this Dart Gob. He does take the Fireball over there. So I know I'm up like 2 or 3 Elixir right now. I'm going to go Ice Wiz. Not a great scenario to be in actually for me because I don't have anything for the drill right now. So going to have to be forced to set up a defensive Expo. He does go for Wall Breakers. I'm just going to go for a well-timed log here. And okay, yeah. So we get a good bit of value there. He's probably up a few Elixir. But we do have this full health HP, full HP Expo on the board, which is really, really good. He's going to go ahead and spam this right lane here. Kind of an interesting play. I'm going to go Tesla up high just to help out. And then go for Skellies on top of this. He's going to log too. really aggressive from him. I want to go with an Expo on offense, but I think I'm going to go in the right lane since I don't want to give him any fireball value. Okay, nice. We predict the Inferno right there. Going to go Ice Fist as well, and then just cycle a log too. And are we gonna win right here? I think we might. Okay, we're gonna get the lock on, which is really huge. So he's gonna go ahead and fireball this like in a second once he gets enough. Once he does that, we know he's on 0 elixir. So we fireballed. We're up 8 elixir right there, so I can go for a free defensive expo. Basically, is what that means. But yeah, that's really good. We go for a Knight to counter this ability here, and look at this expo. It's getting so much value already, and it's been on the board for like 2 seconds. So he might go ahead and fireball. I'm gonna go NATO here and then log the Dark Goblin. Okay, why did the Goblin not spawn in the drill? But anyways, Ice Fist is getting Ice Fist is getting shots on the right, so that's very huge. We're up a few elixir too, even with the defensive expo on the board. So gonna set up a Tesla. Not going to be too aggressive and rocket now. I'm just gonna go for prediction Knight at the bridge. Like I said, in triple, you just want to be absolutely sure that you're able to defend everything. He's gonna go for this drill. We're just gonna have to go for a tornado here because my cycle's a little bit awkward. Gonna go Ice Fist as well. And yeah, now we go for the first rocket. 45 seconds left. We have plenty of time to get back to one more. Gonna just take the log right away on the Dark Gob right there. And yeah, he's gonna go for a kind of a desperation drill fireball here. Just go Ice Fist on top, and just like that, we're back to our other rocket, and did a really good job of making like counting his elixir there, knowing when we were up and punishing him for it, like when he went in really aggressive, and we were able to get that big expo lock on the right lane. But yeah, now I'm gonna share some replays so I can show you guys a little bit better. All right, now I just want to show you guys like 2 replays. The first one here was against Florum. It was a giant kamikaze deck with Rage Spell instead of Zap, which honestly makes it a lot harder for me. The Rage Spell is like really good against my deck for some reason. I'm not sure why, but anyways, so right, I'm gonna show you guys like the key points and what I did to like obviously get damage in this matchup, since it's not easy to break through a giant minor double Prince deck. So he gets the early lead actually. Kind of made the mistake of cycling my Ice Fist in the left lane, so I get punished for that right here. And let's see, what do I think I countered this like decently well, but he still gets like 700 or 800 damage with just 1 miner, so not the best start. As you can see, I'm also down elixir, so like pretty much single elixir, you need to just survive against giant double Prince, like, and not get overwhelmed, or you're gonna lose the game. So he does waste an Ice Fist right there, but it does force me to play a Knight, so honestly kind of a bad play by me. And at this point, this is where I get punished. So this is something you need to make sure you never do, is cycle your Knight when they have both their Princes in cycle. You'll see what I mean right here. He goes for the Dark Prince first. He just goes Giant, and then he just goes Minor. And if you look at the elixir, we're even right now, and he has an entire Minor on my tower. So yeah, I played that on 0. Kind of just put myself in a bad situation here. But we finally make it to double elixir, down over or about 1,000 damage already. So at this point, I'm like, okay, shoot, what do I need to do? I know he doesn't have Fireball. So I'm like, okay, maybe I need to set up defensive expos in this matchup. So I cycle my Skellies, set up a defensive expo right here. He's going to go Giant at the bridge again. We just logged that shield off the Dark Prince, and look at the elixir right here. We're up, or we're down like 2, but the difference is we have 2 buildings on the board. So I go for the prediction Knight on the Minor. Really good prediction right there. And this is how you defend these pushes. You put the Ice Fist very low, like it is right now, and you just let it sit there and kind of like protect it with Skellies, protect it with Knight, and just watch it go to work. So notice how I realized that his Giant was 1 card out of cycle, so I spam him at the bridge. He wastes the Dark Prince on the other side, and this is the start of the end for him. So he has to kind of overcommit on this side over here. I just go Skellies to protect my Ice Fist, and then I go Expo on 0 on this right lane. Look at the elixir right now. We have an entire Ice Fist on the board. He only has 5 elixir, so Giant's also 2 cards at the cycle, so he's kind of in trouble right here. He has to go for a Panic Minor, and then he also goes for a Dark Prince. At this point, I'm like, okay, he might get a Giant down, but he's gonna have no way to like take out all my troops, so I just go for a Knight up high. And look at my cycle. I'm 1 card away from Expo. His Giant is literally like 4 cards out of cycle. So I go Skellies just to bait out something else from him. We get the Rage, and then I go Expo. He goes for a Prince, but look at this Prince. It actually kites all the way over to the other lane, and he has no elixir right now. So he tries to go forward and Ewiz, I believe. Yeah, there's the Ewiz. And look at the elixir still. We're like, he literally is playing on 0. He does get the Giant down, but look at this again. I'm back to Ice Wiz. I slow down the Giant, and just like that, we're right back in with the Tesla at the bridge, and then the Expo, like, once again. This is also a key point right here. I ignore the Minor because I know his Giant's over 2 cards at the cycle. He's at 8 elixir. He's up like a ton, but he is in trouble. He plays a really, really bad Prince right there, and this is what cost him. So he wastes an EWIS. I go for a log immediately, and bang. Just like that, he has no reset since obviously he has Rage instead of Zap, and he gives us the good game, and we beat a really, really tough matchup, honestly. And that's one you don't win too often, but that's just kind of how we kept up the pressure, and when we were up Elixir, made sure to capitalize on that. So yeah. All right, one more replay here. This is a very, very hard matchup. So he's playing Skeleton King Graveyard, but he also has Zappy's Tombstone. So, like, this is almost unwinnable, but we do manage to pull it off. Gonna go for a NATO. Kind of had a bad starting hand right there. You never really want to go for a NATO on a Barbarrel, but I wasn't just going to take the damage. He goes in aggressive early on here, and I kind of have to take some damage, but I do survive. It isn't like a great start for me, but look at this. I'm up 3 Elixir already. I know this Phoenix is going to pop and push the Ice Wiz into the right lane, so I preemptively drop an Expo over there, and this forces out a Mortar Poison from him. And if you look at his Elixir, he literally is on 0, so he's going to play a Barbarrel to kill the Expo, obviously. And this Knight's going to walk over and get like 2 or 3 swings on his tower. I play a terrible Ice Wiz right there because I thought I could maybe protect the Expo. But I guess it does force out some Goblins, so we just take some log damage on tower. And not the worst trade. But yeah, we're still up 1 Elixir right here. I like to play pretty aggressive against this deck because if you just sit back, they're just going to poison you out. And I didn't mean to, I think I said Tombstone at the beginning. I meant to say Mortar. Tombstone, it wouldn't really matter. Like, that's just a normal graveyard deck. So I go in with another Expo right here. He's going to go ahead and go with the Skeleton King. I'm thinking about rocketing right here, but I know he has Mortar. So I was like, yeah. Instead, we do a little play here where I go for a Knight to block everything. And then I think I just NATO'd this Phoenix up. Yeah. He goes for Zappies to the side. All we do right here is just log those, and yeah, we get decent chip damage. He goes in with the Graveyard right here, I believe. Yeah. So we go with an Ice Wiz first, go for a Knight, and look at this. We're even on Elixir, and he poisons, so we're up 2-ish right now. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to take the rocket on tower. Perfect timing, actually, because he goes for a defensive mortar, and look at that. We're only down, what, 200 damage? So I definitely will take that exchange. If you can keep it close with Graveyard, that's usually pretty good, especially with a deck like this. So he starts up another push. I put my Tesla in kind of a low, weird spot right here. Just cycle back to my... Ooh, I cycle a log on the Zappies, and we're still up Elixir. I think it's really important to protect the bridge in this matchup. Also, I know that he isn't back, like, he doesn't have Barbarrel because he just played it. So he does go for a poison on that, and boom, immediately I go in. I know he has no Skeleton King in cycle and no Barbarrel in cycle because I've been looking at his cycle, obviously. And yeah, so now he's back to Barbarrel. We go for a Knight, go for a log as well. He goes for a late poison, but it shouldn't really matter here. Because look at this, we're already back to another Expo. And this is his Elixir right now, absolutely none. He goes for a Skeleton King on 0, I believe. Yeah, so we go for a Tesla. He does get the mortar down, but he's kind of in trouble in this situation. We just keep playing aggressively with a Knight at the bridge, and boom, we're still down 2 Elixir, I mean. But we're keeping on the pressure. I go for a NATO log here, almost get a connection. I was like literally so close, but we end up not getting one. Knight does get 1 swing on tower, I think. Yeah, that's actually huge. And then I'm just like, okay, so almost in triple Elixir. If you let Graveyard get to triple Elixir, you will lose the game because they will literally just like cycle 50,000 Graveyard poisons on you. So I know I'm like, all right, in this situation, I got to keep pressure. Even if I'm not going to get damage with my Expo, I still got to try my best to. So I go in with the Expo here, go Skellies at the bridge. He goes for the defensive mortar again, which is kind of ideal. So I just go for a last second log right there, Tesla at the bridge on the left to just help me out with all his stuff that he's about to play. So we go for another Expo on the right. I know he's going to Zappies, so we just preemptive Knight and then go for an Ice Wiz to the side right there. Gotta kind of try and protect this as best I can. I just pull everything back with the NATO, and then I go for a log as well. And he goes for another defensive mortar, so I'm like, okay, 30 seconds left. At this point, there's no way I'm getting an Expo log, right? So I just got to try and defend with my life right here. So I go for an Ice Wiz first. I go for a log as well. Skellies to just kind of block. And then I just rocket with 15 seconds left here. I'm like, all right, I can't get back to another rocket. I got to just double down on defense. So I set up a Tesla. He's obviously spamming on 0 the whole game. So I go for a Knight, and then I just go for a log in the very back, cycle Skellies to make sure nothing like creeps in behind, and then I just go for a last second tornado, and dang, we end up beating a really, really, really bad matchup. So yeah, I hope that helps you guys learn like Elixir counting a little bit, or at least my thought process when I'm going in. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.